This is Excel 2019 Geometrics Practice Exam number 1. I'm on my first project of 7. I have my bar pinned to the top. So if that looks a little different to you, you can always move yours by selecting the Dock the Test Runner. You can dock it to top, bottom, or you can have it floating above your actual application. So we'll see if anything gets in the way here, but you can always move it. Alright, so project number 1 overview. You manage the rental shop at a large winter resort. It is your responsibility to update the list of rental rates. I'm going to click on task number 1 and it says to import the comma delimited file accessories.csv located in the Geometrics templates folder into a new worksheet. Add the import to the data model and accept all other defaults. I'm going to go to my Data tab on my ribbon, and in my Get and Transform Data group, I'm going to select From Text CSV. I want to see, my bar's already in the way here. Let's see. Let me try to move things around so we can get to a good spot here. Alright, I want From Text CSV, and in my Geometrics templates folder I want to select the accessories.csv file, and I'm going to select import. The delimiter we want to make sure is set to comma, and then down at the bottom, probably going to have to move my dock again. This is why I like working on multiple screens. From the accessories.csv window, I need to go down to the bottom, and next to my load button I want to select load to, and I want to make sure new worksheet is selected, and I also want to select add this data to the data model and click OK. I'm just going to leave this floating so in case I have to scoot it out of the way. Alright, I'm going to mark number 1 task as complete and move on to task 2. Clear the formatting in cell range A4 through D4 on the rental rates worksheet. I'm going to go to my rental rates worksheet, and I want cell A4 through D4. Highlight that. I'm going to go to my Home tab and my Clear drop down of my editing group and select Clear Formats. Mark task 2 as complete and move to the next task. Number 3 says to rename table 1 to rates. I can actually go to table 1 by selecting this drop down, and it shows me that that is located on the rental rates worksheet. I'm going to go up to the formulas tab and select name manager, and you can see I have an accessories table and I also have table 1. With table 1 selected, I'm going to click edit, and I'm going to rename this to rates with a capital R. Click OK and close out of that dialog box. Mark as complete and move to task number 4. Change the orientation of the rental rates worksheet to landscape. So make sure you're still on your rental rates worksheet. Go up to page layout and the orientation drop down, select landscape. Mark completed and move to task number 5. Inspect the workbook for compatibility issues and copy the results to a new worksheet. I'm going to go up to the File tab, and in my info category, I'm going to select the drop down for check for issues, and we want to check compatibility. We want to copy to a new worksheet. So now we get our compatibility report worksheet listed third here. I'm going to mark completed, and that's the last task in project number 1, so I can go ahead and grade project. All 5 check marks, which means they're correct. I can move on to project number 2. Project number 2, overview, camping supplies. A discount camping supply store is creating an inventory report. They need help with charts, hyperlinks, and conditional formatting. You have been asked to assist. Task 1, join cells A1 through E1 of the fishing worksheet. Do not change the alignment of the contents. So first and foremost, you always want to make sure you're on the correct worksheet tab. So fishing tab, then I want cells A1 all the way through E1, and I want to combine these. So I'm going to merge the cells, but it does make a note to not change the alignment. So I don't want to merge and center on my home tab. From that drop down, I just want to merge the cells. It's not going to move the text, it's just going to combine all of those cells into one. Mark that as completed and move to the next task. On the tense worksheet, I'm going to move to the tense worksheet. Link the contents in cell B13. So that's B13 here. Click for cooler pricing and link it to cell A4 on the fishing worksheet. I'm going to go up to my Insert tab, select Link, and I want to link this to a place in the document. I'm going to link it to cell A4 of the fishing worksheet. So make sure you change the worksheet name as well. Just because you change it to cell A4, it's going to automatically go to A4 on tense. Click OK, mark as completed, and move to the next task. On the tense worksheet, which we're on, apply conditional formatting using the 3 flags icon set to the values in the inventory column. I'm going to highlight my values in the inventory column, go up to the Home tab of my ribbon, and here I have my conditional formatting drop down. I want the icon sets, and the specific one I want is flags, 3 flags. Click to apply, mark as completed, and move to the next. Task 4 on the tense worksheet, which we're on, expand the chart data range to include the giant truck bed tent in cell B7. So right now, if we look at our chart, let me scroll over, it's only showing 1-person tent, 2-person tent, and 4-person tent. The easiest way to do this, if I click on the bar chart or the column chart, the columns that are showing, it's going to highlight here, and I can just click. You see that little box in the bottom right hand corner that's in shaded blue? I can drag that down, so it's now including the quantity of 3 for the giant truck bed, but I also need the label as well, so I want to drag that purple section down as well. So now I get that label. Mark as completed and move to task number 5. Apply style 4 to the chart located on the tents worksheet. So again, we're still on tents. I'm going to click to select the tent inventory chart. I'm going to go up to the Design Contextual tab and hit the More button of my chart styles group, and we want to click to apply style number 4. Mark as completed, and that is all for project number 2. So I'm going to go ahead and grade project. Get 5 check marks, so I can go ahead and move to project number 3. Project number 3, Taffy. A shop you manage sells custom flavored taffy. You are tracking the cost and profit of each flavor and summarizing the information in a workbook. Task number 1 says to simultaneously replace all occurrences of the word choco with chocolate in the workbook. So up on my home tab, in my editing command group, I'm going to select the Find and Select drop down and choose Replace, and find what you want to enter the text Choco and replace with chocolate. If your dialog box looks like this, you want to hit Options, and you want to make sure that it's searching within the whole entire workbook, not just the worksheet that you're located in. So make sure workbook is selected, and then hit Replace All. Then you can close out, mark as completed, and move to the next task. On the costs worksheet, repeat the rows containing the company logo and column headings so they appear on all printed pages. So if we go up to the page layout tab of our ribbon, in our page setup group, I'm going to select Print Titles. And my page setup dialog box opens up. I want to put my cursor in the rows to repeat at top box. So a blinking cursor there. You can collapse the dialog box if you want by hitting this button so it's out of your way. And you want to click and drag from rows 1 to 3. So those 3 rows you want included. So you should read the absolute value of 1 through row 3. So that's row 1, row 3. You can hit the expand button, click OK, mark that as completed, and move to the next task. Simultaneously apply the number format to columns B through E on the cost worksheet. So we're still on the cost worksheet. We want to select B through E. So if you hold down your control button while you have B selected, you can hit C, D, E, or you could do B and then Shift E and it will select all in between them as well. Home tab, number group, the number drop down. We're going to set this to number, mark this as completed, and move to the next task. Modify the chart on the profits worksheet, so we want profits, so that flavors are displayed as horizontal axis labels and expense and income are the legend series. So right now you can see that all of our flavors are listed at the bottom here for the legend series. So with the chart selected, I'm going to go up to the Design Contextual tab, and in my data group I want to switch rows and columns. Mark this as completed and move to the next. Modify the chart on the profits worksheet so the legend appears at the top. So right now you can see expense and income on the legend are shown at the bottom. We can go over to our Design Contextual tab, to our Add Chart Element drop-down, Legend, and we can place that along the top of the chart. Mark that as completed, and we can grade project number 3. 5 green check marks. I can move on to project number 4. Project 4, Network Equipment. You are a local retailer who sells, installs, and supports computer networking equipment. You are updating your price list. Task number 1, create one named range from the cell ranges D5 through D15 and D18 through D26 and name the range prices. So we want D5. So I'm going to click and drag D5 through D15, and then I want to hold down my control key and also click and drag D18 through D26. So I have 2 non-contiguous ranges selected. I'm going to go up to the Formulas tab of my ribbon and select Name Manager, and I'm going to hit New and name this Prices. Click OK, and I can close that out, mark as completed, and move to the next task. In cell H5, enter a formula referencing the named ranges Price 10G, Install 10G, and Support 10G to display the total sum value of the 10 gig routers. So I want to select cell H5, and I'm going to do equals sum, and I want to add these 3 named ranges together. So we have price underscore 10G, comma, install underscore 10G, comma, support underscore 10G, and then I'll do a closing parentheses and enter, mark as completed, and move to the next task. Remove all conditional formatting on the worksheet. I'm going to go up to the Home tab, Conditional Formatting drop-down, the Clear Rules option, and I want to clear rules from entire sheet. Mark as completed and move to the next. On the Price List worksheet, simultaneously rotate the text Port Size, Band Size, Price, Install, and Support in both tables. So I'm going to select Port Size. I'm going to hold down my Control key this whole time. I'm going to select Price, Install, and Support. All right, now I'm going to scroll down. I let go of my Control key now. I'm going to scroll down to the next table. Then I'm going to hit Control again and hold it down and select Band Size, Price, Install, and Support. So I have 8 headings in total selected. Home tab, Alignment Group, I'm going to select the orientation and make these angle counterclockwise. All right, so those should be set, and these as well. Mark as completed and move to the next task. Perform a multiple column sort on the data in the wired equipment table. First sort alphabetically by wired equipment from A to Z, and then sort port size from A to Z. So I want to click anywhere into my wired equipment table. And on my Home tab in my editing group, I'm going to select Sort and Filter. And I'm going to do a custom sort. I'm My first level, I'm going to sort by wired equipment, and I want to sort that alphabetically from A to Z. I'm going to add another level, which I'm going to sort by port size, and I also want that cell values from A to Z. Click OK, mark as completed, and I can grade project number 4. I have all 5 green check marks. I can move on to project number 5.